Hello everyone, welcome back to AKP's IT Tech. Today, let's explore how to set up Raspberry Pi 5 in desktop mode as well as in headless mode. So, let's start the journey. First of all, we need to download Raspberry Pi Imager. For that, let's go to raspberrypi.com and download the Raspberry Pi Imager. And the latest one is Raspberry Pi Imager 2.0. Now the download is complete. Now it's time to install the Raspberry Pi Imager. Let's do it. In my system, it's already installed and opened. That's why I need to close the Raspberry Pi Imager. Let's do it. Now I'm going to install the software again. Within few clicks, you can install the Raspberry Pi Imager. It's really simple one. And right now you can see the installation process. So let's do it. Now it's done. Let's open Raspberry Pi Imager. Now you can see this latest Raspberry Pi Imager a little bit different from the older one, right? So first select the Raspberry Pi 5, next the operating system. It's TVN Trixie. Now the storage device, it's empty. So let's insert the micro SD card into the USB port. So right now you can see the USB storage device, and right now I am using a 32 GB micro SD card. So let's select this one. Next, the host name, it's important. Later we are going to use the host name, okay, to find the IP of the 5.5. So here I am writing 5.5. Let's go to the next option. Now the time zone and keyboard layout option, okay. At the same time, the capital city. So here in India, I am using the Kolkata time zone. Fine. Next, the username and password. So let's put an username and password, okay. Confirm the password. It's done. Now the next step, it's important. How to connect to a Wi-Fi network, right? So here two options are available: a secure network, at the same time open network. So in secure network, you have to provide the SSID as well as the password, okay. But in open network, obviously we don't need any password, right? If we have any open network, automatically if we have the SSID, it will connect. So let's go to the open network option. Yeah, that's the simple thing. Now again, I'm coming back to the secure network. So it's better to use the secure network. Now these two things are a little bit different from the older Raspberry Pi Imager, right? So if you used the Raspberry Imager earlier, then I think you can find the difference, okay. So we have to access the Raspberry Pi in headless mode, right? For that, we are going to use the SSH protocol. Now let's enable the SSH option and next use the password authentication part. Now the Raspberry Pi Connect, these options right now available in Raspberry Pi Imager. So for the time being, I am not going to configure the Raspberry Pi Connect. So let's go to the next option. Yeah, now these are the settings we are going to write, okay, in the Raspberry Pi operating system, right? That's we are going to just write in our micro SD card. So let's do it. Now you can see the writing process started. In the meantime, what we can do, we can download the prerequisite softwares. Those are required for this setup. First, let's download the VNC Viewer from Real VNC. So here it is. Now I'm going to just download the Real VNC software in my system, and obviously it will take just a few seconds, okay, depending on your network speed. Yes, it's done. Now it's time to install the VNC Viewer because we are going to access the Raspberry Pi 5 with the help of VNC Viewer. Now in my system, it's already there. So for the time being, I am not going to install the real VNC Viewer, but from here you can install it easily. Next, for SSH protocol, I'm going to use the PuTTY application, right? So here you can see what is PuTTY. It's free, okay, open source, popular application for SSH. So let's download the PuTTY software, okay, and it's just a small application. So yeah, that's also an easy one. So there will be no problem in installing the PuTTY software. So let's do it. First install the application file and later you can install it in your system. It's available in my system, so I'm not going to install it further, but from this source file you can easily install this PuTTY software, right? So here you have to wait at least just a few minutes, okay, until the writing process complete. So in the meantime you can have your cup of coffee. Now the writing process and verification both are complete. So now it's time to insert the micro SD card into the Raspberry Pi 5. So let's do it. And yeah, it's done. So it's 32 GB micro SD card. Next, just we're going to plug in the power source, right? So the power LED of Raspberry Pi is right now blinking, okay? That means the Pi 5 started, okay? Now the next thing, just connect. It's optional actually. So if you have Wi-Fi, you don't need this RJ45 LAN connectivity. But here I am just connecting here. Okay. Next, we need to find out the IP address of the Raspberry Pi. So of Pi 5. So here I am using the hostname. If you remember, the hostname was Pi 5. So that's why I'm using the ping command in CMD. Ping, and next the 4 option is there for IPv4, and next hostname.local. So here we are getting the IP. Okay. Next I am using the PuTTY software. And where I am putting the IP. So right now you can see it's connected. So here the login ID, right? So here the user ID is AKP, and these settings we have already given in the Raspberry Pi imager, okay, before writing the operating system, Pi operating system into the micro SD card. So yes, okay, before doing anything, just we need to increase the font size of the terminal. Okay, so let's do it. So yeah, so that it will be better to view the content, right? So right now it's fine. So here the login ID is AKP. Now it's asking for the password. Again, let's type the password. It's invisible one, obviously in Linux. I think all of you know. Next, we need to just find out the Raspberry Pi configuration to enable the VNC Viewer. So for that, what you have to do, just write sudo raspi config. Now it's open. First, we're going to access the software configurations. Okay, so here you can see the wireless LAN things, audio, password, hostname, boot options. Okay. Next, the display options. So here again, here you can have the options like on-screen keyboard, keyboard output, composite output, those things. So again, I am not interested right now here. Next, the interface options. Here you will find the VNC Viewer option, and that's the important thing. So let's go to the VNC option, and by default, it's not activated, not enabled. So let's do it now. So the system will enable the VNC Viewer option in Raspberry Pi, and here the VNC server is enabled. So it's done. Let's go to the finish option and hit enter. So it's complete. Open the VNC Viewer you have installed in your system to access your Raspberry Pi 5. Right? So let's do it without wasting any time. Here just type the IP address of the Wi-Fi. And do you remember the IP? If not, let's go to the PuTTY, or you can uh, copy from the CMD. Here it's 192.168.29.59 and hit enter. Now here again it will ask for the username and password. Okay, so the same username and password we have provided in Raspberry Pi Imager. Right now you can see your favorite Raspberry Pi 5. Okay, so you can access the Raspberry Pi 5 in headless mode as well as in the desktop mode. Just you need an additional monitor, keyboard and mouse. So this is the interface of the latest Debian Trixie operating system running in Raspberry Pi 5. The entire setup is successful. If you have any query or doubt, please feel free to communicate with me through the comment section of the video. Thank you. Have a nice day. But before wrapping up the video, let's change the desktop wallpaper. For that, right click and go to desktop preferences. Next, in the picture, just click on the picture options. Now we have lots of inbuilt wallpapers here, so you can select any of them and apply. So right now you can see the changing wallpaper, right? Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.